Please welcome to this video. Coach Jerry here, and today we're going to talk about metabolism. I put together this series that is going to be going out pretty much once a week or something of that nature, teaching you exactly everything you need to know about the metabolism, because I feel like there is so much information out there and most of it is inaccurate and most of it get you confused. And of course, there are going to be people that in fact have a metabolic issue, and this series is exactly to teach you, if you are one of those people, what do you need to do? And if you're not one of those people, you're going to know exactly that you're not, because you're going to get clear that you don't fit into these things based on the things that I'm basically telling you every single lessons, okay? Now, what we're not going to talk about today, we're not going to talk about a component of the metabolism. I feel like you probably heard that already. But instead, I'm going to give you exactly the protocol to execute in case that you really indeed have a metabolic issue. What can you do to have your body burn fat again? Because if you do have a metabolic issue, which include a digestive issue, which include a neural system issue, which include of your body being overstressed, you're not able to lose weight and you're not able to burn fat anymore, because in fact there is something going on. Most people will not have that. Most people will blame their genetic, will blame metabolism when there is nothing really going on, but some people do, okay? And today, the first lesson is really about, here's the question, what if it wasn't your metabolism? Okay, what if indeed you thought you had something going on, but instead you don't have anything, okay? So I'm gonna put myself on the side here, and we're gonna talk about how the metabolism work, okay? We're not gonna talk about the component, but how does it work? Because you probably heard this before. You heard that the metabolism is like a calculator, right? You heard that it's like a calculator. You heard that it's like, I'm gonna try to draw a calculator here, so you heard that, it's like almost a math equation. And you heard that it's almost like a chemistry set, okay? It's a chemistry set. And obviously, it's not neither, okay? It's more like a seesaw, like you used to play seesaw when you're a kid. Like this thing goes up, and on the other side it goes down, right? And again, don't look at my artistic ability here, because it's basically what it is. And the seesaw is also a thermostat. It's like is actively reacting, giving you feedback, okay? So it's acting and reacting, it's acting and reacting. And what really does, if you don't balance this thing out, if you don't go up and then you don't come down, what happens to your metabolism? It gets fatigue, okay? And one side here, we're gonna have what I like to call the parasympathetic nervous system, and here, can I just have one here too? The sympathetic nervous system, okay? So what these two things are is basically one thing, the parasympathetic slow all the things down in your body, the sympathetic speed everything up, okay? And again, if these things are not balanced, if you are too stressed, this one, it's over dominant towards the other. And what happens is that you create stress. And as you create stress, a lot of things happen inside your body that doesn't allow you to have that creates inflammation and the body really non-functioning like it used to, like it should anymore. Let's see if this thing has some sort of shapes. Does it have shapes here or not? No, it's just to, never really used. I usually use a software, which I couldn't share the screen on. But anyway, okay, so let's erase everything here. So if you understand that there is this seesaw or this thermostat, if it's not balanced, then there is like a domino effect, right? You played domino before, and what happened with domino? Look at that. So there is one here, then there is another here, right? Then there is another here, and if one falls down, right? You know that if one falls down here, they all fell down. So basically, this is what happening when something of that nature happens inside your body. Now, you heard before that as we have our brain here, right? And then as we have the brain sending signal to several different things, which obviously are hormones, or organs, so adrenals could be the one hormone. Then we have the other hormones. Why can I not? Oh, there you go. Pancreas, which obviously responsible for insulin, right? Then there is other more hormones like ovaries that creates progesterone and estrogen. You know what I'm getting, right? It's like if you if you had read those things like, you know, I have menopause, I'm getting to menopause, or if you need, maybe you are, or if you are you have PCOS, oh, I forgot a big one here, the thyroid. Let's just simply add one here. When you say my metabolism doesn't work, you're really saying all these things doesn't work, right? And basically, some people claim that they have PCOS. They maybe take some tests that they have one. They have a malfunction of the thyroid. Yet those things are not really responsible for your metabolism not working necessarily, and specifically to lose weight. Okay, but there is one big thing that creates a commonality here. Okay, and the big thing here, it's basically stress. We just said before that if the metabolism, there is an imbalance between parasympathetic nervous system and nervous system, and sympathetic nervous system, right? S and S, sympathetic nervous system. What does that do to your body, to your brain? Is send signal. It send this signal, which we're gonna call stress. And again, this is not stress like I'm stressed because I have to travel, stressed because I'm stressed because I have a stressful day at work. This is stress that basically repeats itself when you do things such as dieting, when you do things such as working out too much, when you create a imbalanced state in your body. And as you do that over and over again, the chronic dieters, for example, right? They send this signal to the brain up here. They keep sending this signal, and as the brain gets accustomed to receiving this signal, it sends less and less signal to each individual hormones, and as a result of that, in fact, most of the time they don't work. They stop working properly. Okay, that doesn't mean that they're not working. That doesn't mean that this is why you're not losing weight. That doesn't mean that your metabolism is damaged yet, right? But it's on the way to be. Okay, so if we do that, if we understand that, so you understand that in fact there is a correlation between stress or overstress and dieting and exercising and doing too much of things that you should, creating that level of stress that is going to get bigger and bigger, and these things are working over time. The time frame is different for everybody, but if you are a person instead that you are there, that you're not working out, you're not walking, you're not dieting, you kind of try to do something but you're not sure if you're doing it correctly, and you blame in your metabolism, chances are you're not one of these people here. Chances are these things are working perfectly. Okay, now if indeed it is, if one of these people, you're one of this person that in fact you have, there is a list of things that you must understand that you're gonna have to do. And again, this is sequential. First, rest your nervous system. Okay, and this is a big one because as soon as these people start resting, they start getting better. Secondly, get hormones to work again. Okay, and there is a sequence. If you go back in one of these videos that I made in the past in this group, you're gonna know exactly how can you rebalance your metabolism hormone-wise. What can you do when you're sleeping, or how can you track your sleep, your energy, your cravings to make sure that you're rebalancing those things, right? Then what you want to be fixing, the third thing you want to be fixing is digestion. Okay, because in fact, if you're not digesting properly, you're not absorbing the food. And at times you're gonna feel things such as bloating, gassing. You don't feel like, you see yourself bloated, right? You have redness on your stomach, on your leg or something. You have an indication of bad digestion. If you don't have good digestion, you're not absorbing the nutrients, and you're not getting the nutrients you need to get your body to properly function. After that, you really need to see your inflammation, right? inflammation level. Your inflammation level, and this is sequentially, again, you do this first, you take back on the accelerator, and you stop dieting, and you kind of like maybe go a little bit of walking, you start relaxing, resting, right? You fix your hormone, you understand if your hormones are in check, you start digesting so you don't have those symptoms anymore, and you start lowering your inflammation level, okay? After that is when, in fact, you can think about nutrition. What are you gonna put in your body? What strategy we're gonna use? Is when you think about exercise, right? And the frequency and the intensity, right? And after that, the sixth would be mitochondrial and metabolic restoration. Which that means that you need to gradually increase exercise and movement and understand which is the gap when it comes to calorie deficit to keep your own hormonal balance, as well as the right nutrients that you need to be eating to, in fact, get all the benefits you need to get. I hope this was, and again, I want to make these videos very quickly and actionable for you, because I don't want you to be hours and hours consuming content and doing nothing with it. So if this was, I want you to comment down below. I want you to comment down below insights, which could be that you giving me, that you letting me know that you actually got some insights from this. And also let me know if you have any question, let me know if this makes sense, right? And of course, from here, we're gonna go to the next step and getting more clarity on how the metabolism works for your specific case. If you are one of those people, again, let me know that this is really happening to you, and we'll dive deep into, I'm gonna ask a few more questions to see if I can do anything to help you. And instead, if you're not one of these people, also let me know if you have any question or something that you would like to develop on this specific topic. Jerry here, I talk to you soon. Talk later.